What's up, beautiful people? We are back and we are recapping season 10 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Well, this season, Kiara and Wendy are having a little disagreement with Wendy's dismissive behavior, which she's been accused of many a times. Guess who's back? Monique Samuels, and Giselle says she was happy to reconnect with Monique and see if she's still the same person. And of course, the queen herself, the Grand Dame, has finally been released from jail and will have her season 10 premiere on The Real Housewives of Potomac. So listen, join me and Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva as we recap this season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. And it's all in good fun, so make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to both channels. See y'all soon.
You just gotta...
Good evening. It is a terrific Tuesday. We are glad that you are here to join us for our recap of Married to Medicine season 12, episode 6. All in the family. Listen, Diva, I love that little disco house music vibe from Potomac. I'll be like, yes, come on, P.
Oh, they doing that. Mm-hmm. Yes, they are.
T. Good evening, people. How you doing?
Okay, listen, we ain't hear about Wendy. She not gonna be free for 2026.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I haven't heard anything.
Haven't heard a thing.
Listen, the people say no news is good news, so maybe we should just keep on waiting around. You know, maybe we gonna wait around, but we believe in free Wendy. Okay, free Wendy. Hands up. Period. Listen, everybody, we are here to recap season 12 of Married to Medicine and OMG Diva. Social media has rated Married to Medicine the top show of Bravo this season. So,
really?
Yes, I have seen that early. I mean, the people are loving Married to Medicine. They are enjoying the show. They think that the cast is really doing a good job. I mean, and it's been a great season, in my opinion. I think... You know, this is one show, and I feel like we've talked about this before. This is one of the Bravo shows that has had a consistent cast in the same 12 years that they have been on the TV. The only person that's not there who has been there since the beginning is Mariah, I want to say.
Right.
Everybody else is still there, and that is what makes a great show, when we can keep the same cast.
Oh, she built. People are dirty, Royaire. They dirty. Not the house Mariah built. Yeah, when you pick up your own show, it's a dirty world.
Listen, I was like, dang, poor little Mariah. But listen, it's been a great season. I totally been enjoying it. You know, all of the ladies are really clocking in and giving at least something. It may not be what we want to see, but they're giving something to the TV. And I'm really enjoying it so far. So we are here. Anything you want to say before we, get too far into this?
No. I'm enjoying it too, to be very honest with you. They are clocking in. They giving us a show. It's worth our time of watching it. We're not just sitting there like, whoa. You know what I mean? So, I agree with you. They're giving us a show.
I totally agree. I'm glad that, things have kind of changed up. Married to Medicine had a little sluggish season last season, as the other shows did. But everybody's coming together and doing their thing on Bravo, and I am totally here for it. I will go ahead and say, Diva, that The Real Housewives of Potomac was filmed on last week. The reunion. So we should be seeing the reunion here soon. They did say Karen came out on the couch. Specifically, Giselle said that Karen is a whole new girl, whole new woman. I mean, they see the change, they see the difference, and she came out and graced us with their presence. And I can't wait to see it. We are going to have a full episode of Karen and Andy interviewing right before the reunion airs. So we got some moments still left in Potomac, and I'm excited about it. So, glad to see where that's going to land. But like I said, we're here to recap Married to Medicine. We are live on both channels, Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva and Royaire's World. So please make sure you hit the like button on both channels. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe. And do us one more favor, hit that share button tonight so that we can get into this conversation about Married to Medicine. Because I got some stuff to say, Diva. I have quite a few things to say.
We got to talk.
Before we jump into that, let's jump into our street news segment and talk about some good news, I think, that the people are going to love from Bravo. So let's jump into street news. Well, Diva, the queen has been revived, okay?
Oh, I'm not revived.
The queen has been revived, okay, Miss Nene?
Resuscitate her. Now she got resuscitated. I'm gonna beat you.
Listen, she made her grand exit from the Real Housewives back in 2011, I want to say, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. And we have not seen Nene on Bravo since. Now, everybody knows that Nene did have a lawsuit with Bravo. You know, she was claiming, you know, racial issues going on behind the scenes, you know, things not right with her contracts, mistreatment, you know, and her and Bravo.
Drugs, alcohol. She did the most.
The most. And so, you know, this was not just a beef with Bravo, but it sprinkled over in Andy as well. You know, Nene was the most Watch What Happens Live guest on Andy's show. And it was just kind of like a slap in the face for Andy, for Nene to kind of come out and say all of these negative things after he has been so welcoming to her, if you may. And not to justify to say just because he's been welcoming that he deserves or she deserves whatever treatment, but still, like, you know, they were really close. A lot of people know it was Andy and Nene, like, out of all of the housewives. Well, they are bringing Nene back, okay? Apparently, she has been officially cast on the series Ultimate Girls Trip, and she will be a full-time cast member.
Oh, they call it Ultimate Road Trip.
Yes, excuse me, Ultimate Road Trip. This is gonna be interesting.
You want to go on the road with Nene?
Listen, the last time we was on the road with Nene, her and Candy and Kim was about to fight. Cheers to the girls' trip.
You know what? On that note, Royaire, yes, we need this ultimate road trip. All right.
You gotta talk to Sweetie like that, because I'm not the one. Oh my God.
Listen, Royaire, that was brown skin Nene. Now we got light brown Nene. We got light brown Nene. Oh God.
Oh my God.
I don't know why I fool with you. I don't know why I fool with you.
Listen, you said we was gonna do this, so let's do it, baby, okay?
Wow.
Let's go there.
Come on, people. Y'all hit them like buttons on both our channels. Hit the like button. Thank you, Sasuke.
Thank you. Yes. I mean, she is back, Diva. I'm super excited. I mean, I will say for me, and this is just speaking for me, Nene is the structure of the head of Bravo. I knew nothing about Bravo prior to Nene. I didn't watch the first New York Housewives. Like, I didn't watch any of them. Housewives of Atlanta was the first housewife franchise that I watched, and it took off. And Nene is that girl. I mean, I was watching Carlos King earlier today, and he asked, you know, who's the Mount Rushmores of reality? And I definitely feel that we have to put Nene up there as a Mount Rushmore of reality TV. She's that girl.
We do. Facts.
Yeah.
We do. Facts. She's definitely that girl. Listen, to be honest with you, Royaire, Iconic TV is back when Roa had Nene, Sheree, even Kim Zolciak, you know, those girls, Phaedra. That's when we had Iconic TV, because the girls was real. They was up in each other's face, and the reunions was everything, because the reads was to die for. And let me tell you, in history, I don't care what nobody say, when Phaedra read down Kenya Moore over her having to get a donor to have a baby, she read her for filth. She read her for filth. Iconic. To the whole couch didn't know what to say, including
everybody. Now check that.
Now check that, okay? Yes. So yeah, this. All right, Nene, we gonna watch. We gonna watch.
Yes, listen, I'm totally here for it, Diva. You know, we are definitely the supportive people. Like, if ain't nobody else gonna support you, we will definitely support you. You know, and listen, it may be even worth a recap. So we gonna see. We gonna see.
Listen, if Tia's show was worth a recap, we could surely recap them. I think we the only ones that watch that show.
Oh my god!
I don't think nobody else watched.
I totally forgot about Tia Bowlery, my next act. Child, oh my god! Somebody get the fan. Okay. You know what? You're right. If we could recap Tia, we could definitely recap Nene. Do you know who else is going to be on the cast outside of Nene? Have they confirmed anybody else that you know?
Child, listen. We'll recap it. We'll check it out.
We'll see. Do you know anybody else that's going to be on that they have confirmed?
I don't.
I thought
haven't heard anything about it.
Okay, I thought I seen Mary Cosby from Salt Lake.
I don't really like her.
I watched her cult documentary this past weekend.
How was it?
It was very interesting. Very interesting. Her sister's on there. The mom did give an interview to someone else, and they clipped footage from that because unfortunately the mom is no longer here anymore. She has passed on, and that was prior to the interview coming out, or to the documentary coming out. But you know, there are many of witnesses in this documentary that attest to the downfall of Mary Cosby. I mean, they say that she's always been the person that she is showing us. That she took over her grandmother's church. Apparently the grandmother was not like that, but she married someone who had a spirit on him, and it just kind of went from there. So it was an interesting. I found it very interesting. I said I was going to talk about it on my channel. Just give a little small recap on what I thought about it, because it was a very interesting story. And I find it I find it difficult for me, but also interesting that people can join a cult, but also like how can you not realize that you're in it? You know what I'm saying? Like the wherewithal of like, oh my God, like there were things that they would say, they would take the scripture and make it seem like that they were God, like that the people had to go through them to be God. And I'm just like, if y'all reading this word, how can you not read it for yourself and know? But that's a whole nother topic. But it was a good documentary. I definitely suggest to watch if you have not. And if you're waiting on my recap, give me some time. I'm definitely going to recap it and put it out there and let you know my thoughts and opinions.
Come on to the recap. All right. Now.
Yes. But yes, go ahead. Nene, shout out to you, girl. We are watching. Much success to you. Best wishes. I know Nene has had a lot going on these last couple of years with the passing of Greg, the arrest of her eldest son, and then her youngest son having to have a heart transplant. So we definitely need some good news in Nene's life right now. And I think this is a good time to get good news. So anything else on there before we leave out today?
No. That was a good closeout of that street news. Yep. I agree.
Perfect. Well, listen, people, let's go ahead and just jump into our recap for tonight. Married to Medicine, season 12, episode 6, All in the Family. Okay. And then I said family physician reunion as well. Okay. Because this is the family physician reunion episode pretty much. So we open up with our check-in scenes. Dr. Jackie, she is at the hospital. She said it's time for the babies that are unborn to rest and the babies that are born to rest, and for her to get some rest too. Okay. I said, come on, Dr. Jackie, do your thing, girl. So Jackie is going to get a little rest. It's 2 a.m. During her shift. We have a shift from Angel. She is finishing up her nursing shift. And she said, you know, there's no rest for the weary pretty much. She out here making her hustle, doing her thing. And then Dr. Mimi is in her office. And it seems like Mimi is having a rough day. Mr. Sanders is not on deck. And so Mimi says she just got a lot going on, you know, but she's here. She's doing her thing. And so that was the doctor's check-in. Anything you want to say on that?
Mimi always having a rough day.
Okay, Mimi.
I'm like, yo, Mimi, come on now. I'm trying to like you. She's talking about pray for the people and I am the people. Girl,
Yeah.
always having a rough day.
I was like, okay, Mimi, you know.
Angel and her long shift. Okay, Angel. You know,
Mhm.
I like Jackie every now and then. You know,
Mhm.
Jackie is Jackie.
Yeah.
Jackie got her nose in the air. It is what it is, right?
Mhm.
But that was a cute little thing from Jackie. But other than
Yeah.
that, you know, okay.
Okay, cool. I was like, well, it's nice to see Angel finally coming into the crew. I guess, you know, she's slowly entering in. And then Mimi, you know, what I seen that he has an office at her office. Is he in the field as well, or does he just have an office there?
Maybe he does something there. I don't know.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm here for the
Because
family.
he's an ex-football player, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, this ain't
Family business.
Ocean. I'm just trying to call this thing the way I see it.
Why was Dr. Mimi so busy that many people are once seeking? I mean, there's a lot of people out here seeking therapy. See, she specializes in female therapy, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So I'm sure that has a lot more energy that you have to put into it to really be present, maybe. But we'll talk about that momentarily. Angel is awkward. I agree. I don't know if she fits, you know, on TV, if that's her thing, but we
Not
jump
that she's gonna be a fraud, but we'll get to it.
Ooh, okay. So we jump into our first scene. Quad is back, okay? She is back from Ghana. She is having a little meet and greet at her house, if you may. We have Heavenly, Angel, and Contessa who are coming over to join her. Quad is still lying about her 15 times a day with her and King. You know, she getting shots. You know, she's flying to Ghana to get eggs fertilized to have this baby, or embryos fertilized to have this baby. You know, the shots are making Quad a little bit thicker, and all the ladies are noticing. They saying, Quad, you looking thick over there, girl. She said, yeah. She turned around and shake the booty. I was like, okay, thick Quad. Which Quad has always been a thick, beautiful woman. So, you know, it still fits on her very nicely, in my opinion. Contessa brought a bear for Quad's future baby, and I was like, okay, you know, Contessa, we see you, girl. Quad, she shares with the ladies that she got 4 eggs fertilized in Ghana, and she's hoping to be blessed with embryos from those 4 eggs that were fertilized. Quad wanted the update on all the tea that's going on since she's been gone. Contessa did share that they had a handbag making party, but of course it ended in disruption and confusion between Toya and Heavenly. They are still going back and forth in regards to these text messages and what's going on between the ladies. You know, Heavenly feels that, you know, Quad was talking, Heavenly feels that Toya was talking about her son. And so Heavenly said basically everything is off limits. You know, if you could talk about my son, I could talk about your family. You know, she talks about Eugene's thing again, being small, and how she needs to be there to support her husband, you know, and all of this stuff. It's just a bunch of mess and foolery continuously between Heavenly and Toya. Now, Contessa shares that Toya did not say anything about Heavenly's son, okay? And you know, I don't know what Toya's seen and what she didn't hear. I mean, I just don't know, because they play in and out of so much stuff. I don't know what to believe. But Heavenly, you know, she is just like, listen, it is what it is. I said what I said. I stand on business. She said, you know, it was brought up that Simone be looking up people's houses and looking up people's cars. You know, Contessa said, I wonder if if Simone was the one to put out the information about Heavenly's son being arrested, because Contessa wants to know why we still talking about this. This happened years ago. But they said that Dr. Simone be looking up people's information, and she said it herself. She looked up Quad's house, and Heavenly said if she had the VIN number to that Rosewood, she would look it up too. So just mess going on between the ladies as usual. And then we have another scene, and then I'll stop after this one. The men are in the barbershop, okay? Quad King is back as well from Ghana. King goes to meet up with Eugene and Cecil. They're down there getting their haircuts, getting their shape up or whatever. And so King shares, they got back Monday morning, one trip turned into 5 trips. Okay. He wasn't expecting to do all of this in regards to having a baby. He thought he was going down there. They do the shots, Quad get fertilized. He put his sperm on the egg. They go about their business and we in business. Okay. Well, that's not how really things have been going now. He said we went from 1 trip to 5 trips. It takes a lot of time away from work, his daughter, and other responsibilities that he has. And he feels, that he's catering to Quad, but not fulfilling his own wants and needs in his own life. Cecil feels that if King brings up the need to look out for himself and to be self-care moment right now, that it'll be looked at as selfish. And that when you have a mate, you have to know the right time to, have the right conversations with them. Cecil said, I would never have a conversation with Simone, knowing she getting ready to go to the hospital and deliver a baby or get ready to go to the office. There's a time and a place for everything. And
but Eugene learned that through a lot of beatdowns. So tell the truth, Cecil, and same the double. Look, okay?
I don't give a damn about me.
Okay. Don't act like you just know this information, Cecil. You got a lot of beatdowns before you realize that you got to keep your mouth shut. Okay.
So those were those 2 scenes. Anything you want to share on those? Yeah. Let me say this real quick. I'm sorry. Let me say this real quick. I am so leery of where Contessa falls into this friendship group. Like, I just feel like she kind of bounces back and forth in between everybody. You'll be cool with somebody and then you'll go over here and talk trash about them and then you'll go back and hang with them. Contessa is doing a lot for me. And I'm starting to see that this has been a pattern for Contessa. I love to go back and watch the old seasons, Diva. And I'm just like, Contessa, you doing a lot. Heavenly, yet again, if Simone is your friend and you know this information, why are you going back and repeating the Quad? Like, where do the true relationships lie? Like, I don't know. And I know her and Simone have had issues down through the years. Her and Quad got black close again after she was a part of kicking Quad out the group. I mean, it's just an interesting situation, and the men and Cecil, I love that King can come to the men and be honest about his feelings, if that makes sense. But I want that same honesty to Quad, because what's the point in talking to them about something that you really don't want to do, but yet and still you're still doing it for this individual that you really don't want to be with, based off of what I'm seeing. Just my eyes.
Well, Quad coming back from Ghana, hosting a lunch. I thought it was nice. She hosting a little lunch. Dr. Heavenly comes over. Angel, like we said, Angel, we don't know where Angel really fits in. Contessa and Dr. Heavenly. I do think Dr. Heavenly, she's oversensitive about her situation with her son. So she automatically felt like, oh, whatever Toya said. But when the whole group, and you rarely get this, when the whole group is pretty much saying Toya didn't say nothing about her son in that group text, then Toya didn't say nothing about your son. You was just overly sensitive and you came off wrong and you need to apologize, right? Heavily telling Simone business is messy. And I think that, them talking about Simone like that. But I feel like there's some truth to, there's some truth to Simone and her digging, because we're going to see later they didn't drive that Rolls Royce to the family reunion because they didn't want Simone to be taking no information and getting numbers on the car. Okay. So, and I do think Quad buying that huge house, I think, was insanely ridiculous, but she let Toya punk her into it, because Toya talked about her townhouse. Next thing you know, she left and she got all these acres. And it's like, for what, girl? It's just you. So, they had that luncheon. Like you said, with Contessa fitting in, Contessa to me is like the Cynthia Bailey of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Cynthia did what she did for the show when she was on it. I think she's doing very well as a friend of. But that's what Contessa is to me. I mean, if she goes, I wouldn't miss her. She stays, it is what it is. But this is respectfully, Contessa cannot dress. She's not dressing to compliment her body. She's coming in with these different outfits for the events, make like feeling like she's doing something. And if she got a stylist, the stylist gets an F. If she doesn't, she should get one, because she's just looking a hot stinking mess in every scene. Now, when it comes, in the retrieval of the 4 eggs, when it comes to Quad and this whole infertility thing, I'm not, people sometimes use this, and that townhouse was nice. People sometimes use this a little bit too loosely, but I will say, Royaire, you reap what you sow. You couldn't have paid me enough money to make fun or to poke at someone else's journey, even if it was with my ex-husband who I can't stand. I wouldn't have poked fun at somebody else's baby journey and then knowing that I want to have one of my own. Right. So you know what, Quad? Shame on you for what you did to Sweet Tea. Go somewhere and repent. And hopefully you'll find somebody who really wants to have a child with you, because I think it's stupidity to be going through all of this with a man that didn't even put a ring on your finger in this late stage in life. It's just stupid. So now with this Dr. Eugene Sisu haircutting scene and King shows up, I was here for every second of it. And I do believe that King has been expressing this to Quad, but I also believe that Quad is begging him because she needs a slot on this show. So, King was there saying that because what he really wanted to say, but he couldn't because he didn't want to break the fourth wall, was that, this chick told me we was going to go to Ghana once. We're going to do this baby thing scene for her. And now it's turned into a whole beast of itself because we're 4 times later going back and forth to Ghana. I got a daughter and my needs ain't being met. So here you got a claim from a couple who claim they getting down 15 times a week. They getting down, they being intimate, you know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, he talking about his needs ain't being met. So you know what? Miss me with the BS, okay? There was a show. It's a long time ago, Ray, and I think it was a book on it too. He's just not that into you. Quad, open your eyes. You swear you know everything about everybody else's business. Well, King is just not that into you. King does not want to have a king or a queen with you, a prince or a princess. He wants nothing to come out of you.
Come on, a king or a queen. Come on, a prince or a princess. Period.
He wants nothing to come out of your body. He got his little princess, and he's good. He's good. He said, I'm missing time with my daughter. I'm missing time with myself. I'm missing making money because I'm here flying back and forth to Ghana with her. He said, I can't do it. I can't do it. So he's done. And the scene, the man scene, that's the other advantage that Married to Medicine has, Royaire, over the other shows. They can actually have a scene with just the men.
Yeah.
Because they are men to have a scene with. Okay.
Husbands.
Yeah. Versus the Real Housewives of Potomac, you got Angel on there now with her husband and everybody else. I don't know what's going on. But anywho, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think about that either, Diva. Like you said, thank you, Monique. You said she's saying, they get it in 15 times a day, but you sitting here saying your needs are not being fulfilled. What else is going on? What else? What are we really doing?
Right.
In the words of our girl Candy, the lies.
The lies. Iconic, honey.
Girl, yes. So, on to our next scene. We have Dr. Mimi and Stevie, her son. Little Stevie and Dr. Mimi are arriving home. Mimi had a full day of work. And she is picking up Stevie from school, and Stevie is just having a rough time in the back seat. It seems like he's a little overstimulated and just has a lot going on. It seems like it's been a long day. And so Mimi is definitely flustered. You could tell she's coming in the house exhausted, trying to keep up. Savannah, Stevie is wanting Dad to come home. Dad finally comes home. We find out that Savannah is staying over at Mimi's mom's house so that she can have a break. If you don't know, if you're watching us for the first time, little Stevie has autism. And so Savannah seems to be the child that got more of the nutrients than maybe Stevie did. And so she just needed a break, according to Stevie and Mimi, to get away from her brother so that she's not in dislike, of him, and not just having bad behaviors to dislike him, because he does have a disability, so he can only control but so much. Mimi shares that that it was a heavy clinic day, and then riding home with Stevie just kept her nerves on edge, because you never know what's gonna come flying at your head, apparently. She owns a women's health clinic. They own it together. The practice deals with postpartum. It deals with depression, anxiety, and anything that can just be overwhelming for women. And so I imagine that probably takes a big toll on Mimi, just having to listen to people's problems and issues all day. That is a toll on anybody, just as a regular friend, having to listen to your friends' problems and issues. So having to listen and then give sound guidance and advice, and then having to get off and be a mom, and not just a mom, but then a mom to an autistic kid, I could see how that could be very overwhelming for her. And so Stevie said, listen, it looks like you had a rough day. I know you had a rough day. Go upstairs, take a bath, take a breath, watch some mindless TV. Go do you. Go decompress, and fill yourself back up. And so Mimi's like, listen, my family deserves my time. They deserve me to cook for them, to be there and be present. But I love the old saying, Diva, you can't pour from an empty cup, okay? So go fill yourself back up, get yourself together, and come back when you can. Meanwhile, little Stevie is in the dining room, picking up the lamp, about to tear the whole room up, okay? So they had to go get Big Stevie had to go get little Stevie to help him out. And then I throw this little scene in here as well. Heavenly's got a new man in her life, okay? She's got a new man that she's seeing. Heavenly shares with us that this new man, his name is Travis, and allegedly this is her brother, okay? Now, Travis came down to Heavenly's dental's office, and so he told the front desk, said, hey, I'm Heavenly's brother. And so Heavenly said she didn't believe him until she came out there. She seen him. He started naming her grandmother and her great aunt and all these people. She said she looked at his face, his mannerisms, and reminded her of her dad. And she said, that's my dad's son. That's my brother. Travis shares that his aunt Laverne, who passed away recently, always talked about Heavenly. And Travis said that his daughters look a lot like Heavenly. And Heavenly said Alora looks a lot like, his daughters from what she's seen, and that his face kind of resembles her dad's face. Heavenly wanted to do some calculations just to determine the timeline of where he falls. Now, he is the elder brother. Travis is 59. Heavenly is 54. Apparently, Heavenly's parents were married when Travis was conceived. And so, Heavenly says she was shocked about this. Her dad did serve in the military, so he wasn't home often because he was always traveling. But her dad was a deacon at the church, seemed to be a good man, so she just was shocked, to find all of this out. Now, Travis did share that he met Heavenly's father one time. It was kind of a, hey, how you doing? And go on about your business. But, he never heard anything negative or ill will spoken about him. Let's see. She shares about her son, Damon Jr., who was arrested and who is missing in action right now. And, they are no longer talking and don't have a relationship. Travis shared that he has a son in the same situation who has disappeared. And so he's trying to find his son. He's looking for his son. And Heavenly says she gonna do the same. And so Travis said he really likes that, he has met someone, new in his family, because now maybe his son and his other children can have an understanding that there's somebody else out here that's like you and that's going through the same thing that you are going through. And so that was pretty much the ending of that scene. Heavenly's big brother picked up the check. I said, come on, big brother, picking up the check. All right. So it didn't seem like a moment of him trying to take advantage of her, in my opinion. My thoughts on that scene, Heavenly seems like she's got a lot of surprises this season. I think, in my opinion, because Heavenly has been playing TV for 12 years, it's now time for some truth to start coming out about what's really going on and who you really are and what's, who the Kimes family really is. Later on in the scene, Damon says that they have a close-knit family, but the family don't seem too close-knit. According to all of this going on, you had a brother, you got a sister that you don't talk to. Your mom and dad have passed away. So I'm curious to see how this relationship with her brother is going to go. Mimi and Stevie. For me, Diva, I'm a sucker for a scene, okay? They sucker me. Mimi got me. Seeing the reality, I have never lived full time with someone that has a child with special needs. And so seeing the reality of it, it was just like, wow, like this is very stressful. It's very draining. It's very time consuming to put in the time to really be there for your child and for them to get the knowledge that they need to become better and for you to find that knowledge. And you can really tell that Mimi was depleted, being a doctor and then having to come home, like I said, and be a mom to a child with special needs. I can't imagine the pressure, but it was beautiful to see that Stevie is the type of husband and the type of man to come in and kind of pick up where she can't fulfill in the moment. Giving her the opportunity to go upstairs and relax and breathe and take that moment to replenish herself. So, listen, it looks like you got something funny to say. So, are you not agreeing? What are the other?
And I think Mimi and what I like about Mimi and Steve is that I really feel like they got a great relationship. I feel like he's a good husband. He knows how to work within the family unit that he has been dealt with, right? So I appreciate that about these two. What I don't want though, Royaire, is for everything to be this focus on how traumatic and difficult it is dealing with a special needs child. Okay, you told us last episode last week. Now you telling us again this week. And and Savannah, the sister, is away for a week because she need a break. I wasn't really feeling soft and pink with that whole concept, because at the end of the day, this is your brother. And your brother is special needs. And the way we learn how to deal with tough things outside the world is because we learn how to deal with tough things within our home. Mm-hmm. So to me, this is your brother. Learn how to work with your brother. There was this movie I watched. I'm a Jennifer Lopez watch a movie fan, okay? But it was based on a true story. It's called Unstoppable. And this man was born with missing, like he was born without one leg or something like that. He had some genital defect where he didn't have a leg. He did everything without that leg. So it's like, let's not hold little Stevie back. Let's find all the programs that we can so that we can, he can learn how to, just be within the family, how to, be with his sister, and also have his sister learn compassion, for her little brother, and understanding that this is our family. And within our family, we got Stevie. Mm-hmm. And we know Stevie gonna do whatever. So that's a big house. Mm-hmm. So maybe you had enough of Stevie at the moment. Go to your room or something like that. But I really didn't like that whole concept and that idea. Her coming in, saying, she's depleted or whatever the case may be. I do understand that Mimi's profession that she chose was to be a therapist, right? And I'm going to say this respectfully. I'm going to need her to crack back open her books and do some therapy on self. Now, therapists also need to sometimes talk to therapists, right? Mm-hmm. So she should have a therapist of her own so that she can not only debrief her life, but she can debrief, when she's talking to the other patients, okay? So she needs a debrief on both sides, from her job, and she needs the debrief from her own personal life, right? So Crack open your therapy books, Mimi. Learn how to be that was right. Learn how to be just work with Stevie, because as much as she says Stevie is, he Stevie, and we'll talk about this later. Stevie was at the family reunion, and Stevie was over there playing with his stuff, and he seemed fine. A lot of times with autistic kids, they need a distraction that they love. And so you give Stevie, little Stevie, the distraction that he needs, but you don't keep putting this energy in the atmosphere that he's a lot, he's too much, this and that. I can't handle it. We're gonna send little Savannah away because she need a vacation because this is just too much. When life is a lot, and all I can say is let's learn how to do life in our home, so that when Savannah steps outside the home, she don't think, oh, I got to leave my husband and my family to catch a break because I don't know how to deal with everything that's going on within this household. Stevie is our brother, my son. He's your brother, he's my son, and he's us. He's us. So let's all learn how to work with Stevie. That was my thing on that with Dr. Mimi and Stevie, right? Now, when it comes to it was what Dr. Heavenly and Travis, this is what these men do. And this is what I don't like, right? What they do is they have multiple families. So Dr. Heavenly said her father was a deacon in the church. See, you a demon in the pulpit. So
a demon, don't say he fell down. He made a mistake.
But you know what though, when you got one family over here and they getting all your attention and the other family never even met you, that's wrong. I don't know if you caught in the confessional when Stevie said he didn't even know his dad. His name is Steve. The little kid name is Stevie. But when Steve said he don't even know his dad. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of these men dropping their seed everywhere and having kids grow up without having a father in their life. It's just not right. So all I'm saying is with Dr. Heavenly's father, if he's not here, God rest his soul. But I'm just saying, like, it's not right to all the kids. The same thing with Tia and her sister. So Tia got to live the lifestyle, and she lived like the riches, and she went to the good schools, and her sister was in the ghetto.
Look, here, Diva, take my picture. Take my picture. Okay.
So I could recreate this moment in our childhood home, and meantime, who knows where you were living. So I'm not here for it. Yeah, connecting with her brother is convenient. So, she connected with Travis. Travis, I guess, fell out the sky from nowhere. He came to her dental practice and he was like, I'm Dr. Heavenly brother. She was like, huh? And then she said he had enough information that I believed him. Mm. So, but I will say this. It was a very cute scene between Dr. Heavenly and her brother. Mm-hmm. I was here for my brother being cool. He said, nah, I'm the big bro. I'm going to pick up this bill here. You're not going to pay. Holler to Travis, okay? Yeah. And we're going to see later that Travis seems to be what's up, because when he came to the family reunion, he was hugging, kissing, talking to the people. Yeah. I'm all right with Travis. I'm liking Travis.
I was like, shout out to Travis. Like, he really came in being his authentic self, in my opinion. Yeah. I really do think that based off of what I've seen, I think that they will be able to build a good relationship. We see later on in that family scene that he plays music as well. We know Damon plays music. So maybe it'll be a nice bond, for them to be able to, get to know each other. I know Heavenly has talked in the past about her and her sister not really having a relationship. So maybe this will be a family member that she can bond with and build a, positive, healthy relationship with and be in good standings with. But yeah, I like Travis a lot. I think Travis is super cool, and I'm interested to see more of Travis. Maybe so. I don't know. But
so Jocelyn said Mimi and Steve are handling the special needs child the best way for themselves. I don't know how I would deal with this situation. I don't think any of us was until we're in it. But I am saying, as a therapist, she needs to do better. Crack open the therapy books.
That's what I was laughing at earlier. You talk about crack open.
I'm sorry, crack open the therapy books, because like I said, when I saw Stevie at the family reunion, I said, I think she's doing too much. Because you couldn't bring Stevie to a house situation because he would have wreaked havoc, but you bring him to a big family reunion situation. And I watched him. He was over there playing with the I think it was the tic-tac-toe stuff, and he was calm. So I don't know. I'm giving Mimi the side eye, but y'all know I do that sometimes. So y'all can check me, and we'll figure it out later. But right now, I got a side eye on Dr. Mimi.
Okay, I'm still passing out grace and mercy for Dr. Mimi right now. Now, we'll see later on in the season how I feel. But right now, she still got me stuck on this situation. So we're going to roll into our next couple of scenes. We're going to talk about the mac and cheese off, okay? So Heavenly is hosting a family reunion. She shared that she's never had a real family reunion before. So she called Jackie. She's in the kitchen trying to make mac and cheese. They talking about, what you need and how long you need to cook the food. Heavenly said, how long I need to make the macaroni? And Jackie talking about, well, you need to put it in there for 40 minutes. Jackie, that's the actual dish. Like, Heavenly's just trying to make the noodles right now. So I was like, Lord Jesus, just hang up the phone on Jackie and let it go, Heavenly. We go over to Cecil and Simone's house. Cecil is coming through from old school LA with his mac and cheese. Okay. Now we all know that Cecil can cook. He has kept the Whitmore family alive and sustained with the food.
Not alive.
Cecil does all the cooking, cleaning, and the household duties, okay? Simone said that she made mac and cheese for the kids back in the day. And Cecil said, you mean the Kraft mac and cheese from the box with the powdered cheese? Like, ma'am, you ain't done no cooking. And Simone said, don't do too much because she got some signature dishes. She's got some staples, her spaghetti, her barbecue chicken, and her chili. And Cecil said, you mean the chili from the package, the one that you shake and pour in the thing? She said, see, this is what I be talking about. Nobody appreciates me and what I do as the doctor. Nobody appreciates the doctor. It's weighing on Simone that Cecil nor the boys have done anything to take any pressure off her and to make her life easy. And she feels that she doesn't have to give attention to anybody that does not give attention to her. That wasn't her words, but that's what I'm gonna say, okay? And so Cecil wants Simone to know, or Cecil wanted to know who Simone was talking about and who she's talking to, because Cecil feels, he's not perfect, but he has definitely done some bending over backwards and laying down for Simone, okay?
Cecil stood on business.
On business. He said, who you talking to? What are you talking about? Get it off your chest. Go on and get it off your chest. I'm glad you got it off, because I have done more than enough for you. And so Simone had to come back and correct herself. And Simone said, Cecil, you have taken a lot off my plate. But she's talking about when it comes to the boys. You do not defend me. You don't stand up for me. You don't cover me. And so Cecil feels that Simone wants him to do what Simone wants when she says it. If Simone says jump, Cecil's supposed to say how high. And then if you don't do it, you can't be mad when you say something negative to me and then I say something negative to you back. You can't just talk to me any old kind of way and then expect me not to say something. And she said, well, I married a pastor. Didn't I marry a man who's, passive is supposed to do? He said, no, I didn't marry a woman that's quiet. And she said, I am quiet. He said, yeah, when you sleep. So, Simone and Cecil are still in that situation. And then we have our last thing that I'll throw in here, Ashton's Royal Mac and Cheese, okay? Ashton is Toya and Eugene's son. He is making his the cordon bleu mac and cheese special, okay? Eugene's mom is in the kitchen helping cut in the cheese. And Toya says, Ashton, all of this that you doing, this better be the darn best mac and cheese we ever tasted, okay? With all your extraness. So those were those three scenes. I'll say this real quick about Simone and Cecil. I totally see where both parties are coming from, Diva. And I think that's the struggle. I think that both Simone and Cecil have done so much bending in this relationship, but I feel like it's not the type of bending that one another respects. I don't feel like Simone respects the bending that Cecil has done. And I don't think that Cecil sees all of the sacrifice that Simone has made for her, for the boys, and for him. And I just wish that they could see, if they could see each other for who they see each other to be, I think it would be a lot better for the both of them, if that makes sense. And Simone just has to realize that the boys have that connection and relationship with their dad. And you may not ever get, like you was telling Contessa, you've been married 30 years. Stop begging for something that you know you're not going to get. If you're that unhappy with it, leave and let it go. But to keep pounding on it constantly, it's not going to work for me. It ain't going to work for me. It's just not. I have seen Cecil make a lot of sacrifices in these past 12 years. I've seen, Cecil really be a husband that a lot of husbands are not to their wives. And I don't know. I really struggle with this Cecil and Simone thing because I see both sides, but you can't have your cake, Simone, and eat it too. It's just not possible. It's not possible. But then again, Diva also struggled with Cecil not having a job and bringing in income.
Well, but listen, I'll say this. When it comes to Dr. Heavenly trying to make that macaroni and cheese and Dr. Jackie trying to tell her how hilarious to be, there's nothing else I can say to that. I'm like, child, Dr. Jackie, I think she probably has chefs. I don't know what she was doing because, she believed in that fitness, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't never going to catch Dr. Jackie with a stomach roll, nothing, okay? She keeps up on that fitness, so I don't know. She got to cook at house or what? But she ain't no cooker. So I thought it was hilarious. When it comes to Simone and Cecil, those two are going to be together forever. They understand each other in their own crazy way. And I think what happens with couples, they've been together so long, they start to, some of them, not all couples, right? They start to take for granted the goodness that they have in said partner. And I think both of them take for granted what each one of them bring to the table in that marriage. Mm-hmm. I think it's on both sides. Is Simone over the top? She's dramatic. But you know what? Cecil had to know that he married somebody dramatic when he asked her to say I do, because she dramatic. You and the boys just don't, y'all don't, and you don't take my side, Cecil. So it's just Simone. And but what I liked is that, Cecil was up in that house and he stood on business. I said, come on, Cecil, because, usually Cecil just take the hit and, have to go home and cry in the bed at night. But no, he stood up and said, no, just like you get to say something mean and apologize, then I got to accept it. He said, then you accept my apology when I say something a little off. And and Simone, what could Simone say? She just sat there like, okay, you're right. So they are who they are. Toya, I love Toya. I love the boys. Those boys, whoever got girls the age of Toya boys, you're going to get a good man as a husband. Because them boys be cooking it up in that house. They don't play with that food. Okay. They don't play with that cooking. I like the fact
Toya definitely didn't teach them.
Yeah. I like the fact that her sons be cooking like that. I like Toya and her family. I really do. And honey, that mac and cheese competition, I will say this. When we're coming off the hills of the Real Housewives of Potomac and Angel's whack trip, I really did appreciate this family reunion. I liked it. I like the mac and cheese competition. Mm-hmm. I liked it a lot. I was here for this whole family reunion thing, and she had me when she did the mac and cheese competition. Mm. Really, really liked it. So I was here for it. I'm good episode, good scenes. And I like the fact that everybody brought their little mac and cheese to be in the competition.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna talk about next: the competition and the family reunion. Listen, and shout out to Eugene. Them boys are respectful.
Yes, they are
responsible, from what I could see. They clean. You know, Eugene is, and that's why I was so offended earlier this season about Toya's comment that they need a dad and I need a husband and we need black fathers and black husbands. Like, girl, stop it. Stop it. Eugene has done an excellent job with these boys, you know, and I'm proud. I'm proud to see it, and it's a beautiful thing. Eugene is an excellent father. Yes, he is, Emmanuel. Shout out to Eugene Harris, okay? All righty. So yes, and then I agree everything about what you said with Simone and C. So they don't see each other and what they do for each other because they're so focused on trying, well, Simone more so in my opinion, is so focused on trying to get her way and having Cecil stand up for her. The boys ain't beating you up. They not slapping you in the face. They ain't calling you stupid, crazy, and dumb, girl. Calm down.
Especially, what's the other one name?
Michael and oh man, the other one, yes, Miles.
Miles said, "I care." Come on now. Come on. I thought it was so cute. He's like, "I care, mommy."
Anybody care about me retiring and living my life? Oh my God, hilarious.
It was Miles. It was Miles. I said, I love you, Miles.
Oh my goodness. All righty. Okay. Let's roll into our last two scenes of the night. So this was going to be a pretty long one, Diva. This is The Good Times and Friends, the Physicians Family Reunion 2025. So this is an all-cast scene except for Contessa. Contessa is not present in this scene. Her daughter Lauren is at a pageant. So congratulations to Lauren. Hopefully that went well. And so Heavenly said we don't have to worry about Contessa taking all the food this time, okay? Because Jackie has arrived.
That was messy.
I said, y'all are so messy and shady. So Jackie arrives. She's there. Heavenly and her family is in blue. They look, you know, Heavenly's got her blue on. She's setting up everything. Her and Jackie, they did have a bounce house. It looked like it was getting ready to storm outside, so she told them to take the bounce house down. We don't need it for today. Zach, Heavenly's youngest son, he comes along with Dr. Damon. She was super excited to see both of them. Heavenly did ask Zach Jr. or Zach if he seen Damon, or as if he talked to Damon Jr. Excuse me, and if he was coming. Zach did say that he talked to him, but he did not know if he was coming. He asked Heavenly if she told him. She said, yeah, I did tell him about it. Zach shares that he did speak with Damon Jr. about 2 weeks ago. Heavenly did not know about that either. So in my opinion, Diva, it just seems like that the Combs family, they keep a lot from Heavenly because they don't want to deal with all of the behaviorism of it all, of her reactions of what they have to say.
You need to stop.
What?
You need to stop. They keep it from her because they don't want to do. Stop. She knows exactly what's going on. Heavenly is no different than Simone. You're not going to keep Heavenly out of the loop because she's very, you know, in that face thing type too. No, that was all for TV. They ain't keeping her out of the loop.
Okay. Let's see. Simone and all her family, they show up. They came in orange. They had on orange, so that was their color. Eugene showed up in yellow with all of his family. Now Eugene shares that he did not know his family, or his dad, so they really didn't have family reunions. Toya shares that they had great family reunions, and a lot of their family reunions ended in fighting, you know, playing cards, fussing and cussing, and doing all the great things that they do. Toya says to Heavenly, is this the only son that's gonna show up, pretty much? And so I thought it was a very inappropriate moment, being everything that's going on with Heavenly. You know, Damon was there, her son was there, and I was like, ooh, shady moment, wrong timing. Like, I didn't like it. It was too much for me. Let's see. Heavenly said, This is a family reunion. Don't start no mess. Won't be no mess, okay? Mimi came in with green with her dish of mac and cheese, and she called it the mac and Mimi. So she's excited about her dish. Stevie doesn't know who his father is, and he is not looking for his father. So Stevie's dad, if you know who you are, don't reach out because he's not looking, okay? He does not care, so he says. Quad pulls up in a red Ferrari with purple on. And on her t-shirt it says the Webs, and so King has a Web t-shirt on as well, so I guess King is a Web. Eugene is an amazing father, especially not to have his own in his life. That is so true. Yes. So she also needed extra shirts because according to Heavenly, she brought all her family from Memphis. Okay. Angel comes in light blue with her friend Dr. B. Okay. So Angel and her family are there as well. Travis came in with his wife Leslie and the family.
She brought all her family from her house because it's being said that they all living up in that mansion with her.
Lord have mercy.
That's what the streets say. I don't know.
That's what the streets say. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. So,
that came from her house.
They all came from the house. Okay.
Uh-huh. She charted that what you call them buses? The party bus?
The party bus. Not everybody, come on, load up, close your bedroom door. Come out the basement, the five of y'all. Come on, it's time to go.
Come on. Y'all could be in this scene. Y'all could be in this scene.
I'm hollering.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Travis comes, which is Heavenly's brother, with his wife Leslie. Heavenly welcomed and greeted his wife and the family, so they seem to be welcomed very warm, and they seem like cool people just based off of what I could see. Heavenly introduced her brother to everyone. Toya said, so we making our brothers now? And so Heavenly said, no, this is, because she only knew Heavenly had a sister. That's the only thing she knew. Heavenly said, this is my brother, my dad had an outside child, so we just recently found out. Let's see, Alora also shows up to this event as well and asks Heavenly, where your clothes at, mama? Where your clothes at? And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Heavenly, what you got on, honey? Like, this ain't state representative worthy.
Yeah, that doesn't matter, but does Alora have a girlfriend?
I don't know.
Because I just noticed, did you see who she walked in with?
I want to know if the son got a boyfriend because he is fine. I said, body is built, baby. Yes.
You talking about the son that was there? Child, listen.
I said, body is built. Yes. Milk does the body well.
You gonna make me spit out my water. I cannot. Yeah, I was just looking. I was just wondering out of curiosity.
I saw that baby formula going to his big old butt. I said, "Whoo, baby."
Nah. No, talking about grandkids.
I did see her walk in with a girl, but yeah, I think more so the son is gay than what Alora is, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I was just, wondering. Not that it mattered like that, but yeah.
No. Yeah. No, yeah. I didn't actually see who she walked in with, so no, I can't attest to whether or not, because I didn't even see her walk in with someone. But let's see. Jackie and Quad had a little chat and update. As we all know, now see, this is the confusion, because I thought it was 4 embryos, Diva. But Quad then tells Jackie that she had 5 embryos. But let's see, they're down to 1 now. Because at this point they're down to 4 because 1 did not make it. So that was that update on that. Heavenly thanked everyone for coming. She shared that this year has been very important to her because it has showed her the importance of family. She's glad that she met her brother, and she thanks everyone for bringing their family. And so they start off with the mac and cheese off, okay? So like I told you, everybody had their own colors when they came in as a family. Everybody had their mac and cheese. They started serving. Now, let me say this, Diva. If anybody on reality TV is hosting another event that is a family day event, I need you to go back and watch this episode because this is how you do a family day event, okay? I don't know what was going on with Ponies in Potomac because that was a hot ass mess. Hot, just terrible. Terrible, okay? Horrible. This was a beautiful event. She had outside spaces. And so everybody was outside voting on the mac and cheese, getting their plates. Toya standing at the box, manding, you know, whose is what's and vote for who and da-da-da-da-da. So some lightning and thunderstrucks. Guess what? Our girl got a backup plan, okay? She said, y'all come on in the building. We're going to come in the building and we're going to have a good time on the inside. This is how you host an event, okay, Diva? This is how you host an event. This is how you do it, people.
Yeah, they had a lot of games. I saw, you know, the stuff for the kids. I saw the cards. Now, could we have decorated a little better? Could we have decorated better? Yes. I didn't see the food, but listen, and that's not me being shady because I really do like the whole concept of the event and the way she put together and the way everybody came there with their t-shirts on.
Yeah.
For their favorite color. Yeah, it was.
I thought it was a really nice event put together. So like I said, everyone voted. It started raining. Everybody came back in. Now, somehow Toya got in charge of the box, okay? Toya's walking around collecting up the votes, telling people what to do and where to put and whose color and da-da-da-da. So, you know, it gets around the room that Toya is cheating, okay? And so, you know, heavily trying to figure out how Toya got the box, okay? But she gets the box. She goes over and asks Simone to help count the votes. Her and Simone count the votes. Brandy's family shows up in the middle of this ending of this scene, rather, wearing orange. So I don't know if she, you know, had a mac and cheese or not or whatever. But at the end of the day, Yellow won, which was Ashton, Toya's son. And so the ladies had a dance off, and that was pretty much the ending of that event. Overall, Diva, I thought it was a great event, a great time, not a bunch of drama, not a bunch of foolishness. We did have a little small scene with Angel where we met Bernard. You know, Toya came over there and talked with them. Apparently, her and Bernard have been on and off for about a decade. Toya said, did you find out I was going to set her up on a date? You know, pretty much breaking girl code, telling him everything, you know, about her, you know, saying, Angel saying that Eugene is a nice husband. Does he have any friends? All of that stuff. I was just like, Toya, you doing too much. She went to asking how she is in bed. It was just too much. I'm like, Toya, go on about yourself, go on about your business, do you. So overall, it was a great event. It was nice to see Travis show up. It was nice to see all the family show up, Diva. It really looked like it was a positive, fun time. And that's rare to find on these shows where we go to an event and everybody just had a good time. Like you said, I seen little Stevie. He was very occupied. All the children had fun. I mean, Heavenly and the crew, they set up a great family day. I thought they did an excellent job for a family day event. So hats off. Hats off. We got to give props to where props are due.
Bravo. In terms, you are correct, Royaire. To me, in terms of a family event, this definitely got the thumbs up for me. Like I said, I love the idea. I thought it was very unique that they all came there with their families and y'all picked the family t-shirt for your color. The physician's family reunion sign, I'm a yes for that. Okay. I just thought it was cute. You know, the brother coming in and being cool and she went and hugged the brother's wife and all of that. It was a yes for me. All the kids, Brandy was a day late and $1 short. And did she have a family t-shirt color on?
I thought it was orange. I thought she had on orange.
I was like, yeah. Toya was rude asking about the sex, but you know what? Angel was messy asking about finding her a man, and meantime you still tiddling and tattling and with this guy that you've been with for 10 years, and you asked him to come to the family reunion because I guess you had no other family to come, so you asked him to come and put on the t-shirt, and then he comes there to get disrespected to find out that you really are asking about being with some doctors and some other stuff.
Talking about
Toya's a hot mess.
To pay my rent. You done messed it up, girl. You messed you up.
You messed you up. I thought, and so that made me look at Angel like, okay, Angel, I'm giving you the side eye because I thought it was real messy. Now, when guys, if that was a flip situation, Royaire, if that was a guy who brought a girl there and then it would have been finding out that this guy was asking around to have other women, be with him or whatever the case may be. People would have been outraged. I think what Angel did was real messy. Don't bring this man on our TV and you up here asking people and talking like you single. That's how Royaire, this is how people get sick. Oh, he can't eat mac and cheese. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Because he got a milk allergy. Remember, she said that.
Yeah, he got But you know what though? You bringing this. Come on now, right? It just don't make sense. Like you're bringing this man around, but then you're asking people to hook you up with people. That's why Toya really came over there being messy, because she wanted to let that man know that your girl is asking, because he was just sitting there. He was calm. I mean, what else he gonna do? He on the TV. Okay, your girl is sitting there. Is this Angel baby father? Isn't her baby less than 5? I don't think that's the baby.
No.
It's not the baby father. Well, but you know what, Wild though? Maybe it's the girl's father, because they said 10 years off and on.
Well, the girl's father is a basketball player.
Well, we don't know what this guy. What does this guy do?
Doctor. He was a doctor. He's a doctor.
Oh, he's a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So then you know what Angel is hella messy. She messy. I thought that scene for her, it made her look so bad. I can't with her, right? I like Toya. Toya liked to play, and she don't play about her son. She was walking around.
He been locked up. I can't do locked up, boo.
What was I gonna say? I like the way Toya liked to play. She don't play about her son. She wanted him to win. She wanted him to win the mac and cheese contest, and she was going around, making sure everybody voted for him. I like the way they ended it dancing, Royaire. I have nothing bad to say about this physicians reunion. It was everything to me. I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was a great scene, wonderful time. Just a great moment in the episode. It was fun, and that's what I like to see. Good, fun times in the show. So rolling up on our last scene for the night. Whew, the saddest scene of them all. The desperation is what I entitled it. Okay. So Quad and King. Quad gets a text, and she calls King down to the room to have a little conversation. Okay. So like I said, now earlier in the episode, she told us she had 4. Then she told Jackie she had 5. Now we're back to 4. They had 4 embryos. Only one of them reached the stage of possible fertilization and being formed into, an actual baby. And so now we're pretty much at the option of Quad most likely not, getting any results out of this now 5th round that they have gone to Ghana to get this procedure, worked on for her having a baby. King said so it didn't work pretty much. And so Quad said she feels like a failure. King said, you're not a failure. He did comfort her for a moment. Quad said it's so unfair when you're trying to do everything right and in order. And she thought she was doing, she thought she was done sticking herself, in regards to the needles. King wants to make sure that Quad is thinking about her mental and emotional well-being. King was okay, with this, because he thought it was going to be a one-time thing. But as he said earlier, this is taking up more time. He doesn't have time for his kids. He didn't want any more children, but he was doing this because Quad pretty much wanted this, and so he was willing to make the sacrifice. But he said it's expensive, and I thought we would be done after just one round. Quad said, so you don't want to pay? You don't have to pay if you don't want to. She said, I'll pay for it all. King said it ain't about the money. It's about the emotions, the time and all the effort that's being put in. And so Quad said, so pretty much what you're saying is you don't want this. I told you I got the money part. So you don't want this. And so Quad ends the scene off crying, saying, please don't do this to me. Like, I don't do this. Now, Diva, let me say this. I need to know what Quad's order is and what you felt like you were doing in order and what you felt like was right and what was fair. Because order in, if we're going to speak what most people would see order as, they would see it as getting married, dating, courting, getting married to a person and having a baby, like you did with Greg. Greg begged you for a baby in your prime. You didn't want one. I don't want one. I'm not ready. We're not in a place. We can't do this. No. Now you got this man who don't want other kids. You're forcing him to do this with you. And it's not working. And you're wondering why it's not working? Nothing that you have done is in order. You're dating a complete stranger. Y'all have only known each other for a year. It's giving Phaedra. He needed $10 for a pizza, so he ejaculated in a cup so you can have a baby. This man does not want to be present in the manner that you want him to be. He doesn't want you. He doesn't want this child. He even said, this is taking away from the current child that I have. How many more ways can he say, I don't want this child with you? How many? And she's still not pregnant. And we in 2026. Yeah. We talked about it last week, how they have scrubbed their pages of each other. Yeah. Anything on that, Diva?
How sad and tragic was watching that scene. But it's like you sat there and you did everything you did to your ex-husband on the screen, and now you here looking like a clown on the screen. You looking like I forgot who Angel's friends with, Quad. Oh, and Angel brings Quad the fraud, and Angel brings the past around. Keen had a sigh of relief because he dodged a bullet and they broke up anyway. Yeah, well, the scene was I was cringing watching it because he sat there and he was kind of cold with it. He was kind of cold with it, but he doesn't want this baby. And girl, but first of all, you should have found somebody who, at the very least, wanted to have a child with you. But again, there's somebody put in the chat earlier, you never win when you play dirty. You never win when you play dirty. So you were nasty to Sweet Tea and Dr. G when they was on the show. And I believe you probably was campaigning for them not to come back and Sweet Tea not to come back. They said, be careful when you dig in a hole, because they said dig two, because one is going to be for me and the other one is going to be for you, because you're going to fall right in it. So she thought she won by staying on there and having this storyline with King. But at the end of the day, it's biting her in the booty. It's very, very sad and tragic to see. You going to Ghana. He's taking away time from his daughter. For him, the gig is up. I think like he told them in the barbershop, you're helping somebody else with their dream and then you're neglecting yourself at the same time. And he has a daughter who he's actively in this child's life. So it is what it is. I'll never forget at the reunion, Quad said to Sweet Tea, you haven't even delivered the baby you promised. Yeah, you see? That was nasty. That was nasty. That was nasty.
So nasty and so rude.
Yeah, that was nasty.
So rude. Yeah, I mean, Diva, at the end of the day, what I say always, you reap what you sow. And Quad is doing nothing but reaping the seeds that she has sown. You spoke so negatively over Greg. You made a comment, about they not doing it enough to have a baby. They need to focus more on them. Well, according to you, you're doing it 15 times a day and still can't have one. I don't know. It's hard for me to have sympathy in this situation because of how low down and dirty she did Sweet Tea last season. Unnecessary.
Low down and dirty.
When your beef wasn't even with her, it was with her husband that you claimed that you didn't want to be with no more anyway. So what was the beef?
You don't want him.
Sad
And
situation, Diva.
and him and Sweet Tweet out here living their best life.
You hear me? Best life. And she looking good, honey. And Greg is too. They're both looking really, really good. They seem happy. They seem healthy. They doing their thing. Shout out to Letitia and Greg, Dr. G. But that was our recap of season 12, episode 6, All in the Family of Married to Medicine. At the end of every recap, we like to get your thoughts and opinions on the episode on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. Leave your ratings down below in the comment section, and we'll go over them in just a moment. Diva, I am going to give this episode, I'm going to have to give it a strong 9. This was a 9 for me. I really enjoyed the moments. I enjoyed the scenes. The ending with the family reunion really did it for me. Meeting Heavenly's brother was super cool. You know, the mac and cheese off was super cool. The conversations with Cecil and Simone, you know, I know that's kind of a tough storyline that we've been dealing with, but I'm glad to see that they're still working through it and that they haven't given up completely on one another. So I'm giving it a 9. Great episode.
And you know what? I'm giving it a 10.
Okay. Come on.
Yeah. I'm giving it a 10 because you know what, Royaire? That family reunion was everything. We didn't have to hear the ladies go off to the side and have a stupid argument.
Yeah.
Dr. Heavenly, for once in her life, she rose above when Toya when Toya came and said, "Oh, that's your only son that's here." That was mad messy. And you know what? She said, "Not today. This is the family reunion. I'm not doing it." So I really was like, "Come on, Dr. Heavenly, you do know how to pull yourself together." Yeah. So, like I said, her coordinating that everybody wear their own color for their family on the t-shirts. Like I said, I have to go back and look. I feel like Brandy didn't come in no t-shirt. I felt like she was in work clothes. And I don't know if she brought family with her. I know she had some mac and cheese in her hand.
Okay.
She was too late because the competition was over.
Yeah, I thought I seen her husband and a few of the kids because she got 4 of them. So I thought I seen a few.
They probably was there. I'm sorry. You know, once I get in my mood, I can't see nothing. I was like, I said, now she coming late. We gotta see the film. Listen. You better ask her, can you get off early and get to this family reunion?
It's giving Angel and Bobby.
You know she could be Angel cousin.
Oh my God. Her and Angel. Both of them, Brandy and Angel. They could both be her cousin. Oh my God.
So
all righty. Well, Judy is giving us a 7. Miss Juanita is giving us a 10. Monique is giving it a 10. I Am is giving it a 9. Ocean is giving it a 9 as well.
Wait, hold back for 1 second. I know we running late. Not a 9 for King telling the truth. It's true. Oh God! Oh, y'all got my stomach hurt. I cannot.
So messy. So messy.
Oh, not King telling the truth, honey.
The truth. Brenita is giving it a 10. Little English is giving it a 7. Okay. All right. Listen, if you're still here, keep your ratings rolling in as we prepare to close out. I'll go over them if we got time still. But that has been the end of our recap of this episode 6. Overall, I am totally enjoying the season. We are in episode 6. Normally we have between 12 and 14 episodes normally with Married to Medicine. So we'll see, you know, what else the ladies have to bring us this season. I'm totally enjoying it, Diva. I'm super excited. You know, it seems like we got a good, solid cast so far. You know, ever since we had Britt Edie drop off the show from Atlanta, I be kind of worried now. Like, is everybody going to stay throughout the whole season? So it looks like we got a firmly committed crew this season, you know, and I think I said this earlier as well, but if I did, and I'm shocked at how much they're showing Heavenly. I mean, they might as well have made her a full castmate, Diva, because she is is in the season, in it.
No, she is.
She is.
Where would we be without her family reunion, honey? It was good.
It was really good. It was a great event. Totally good. So listen, everybody, we are live on both channels again. So if you did not hit the like button on Royaire's World and Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva, make sure you do that before you leave out. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to both of our channels and make sure you turn those notification bells on all. That way you see each and every time we post a video with you in mind. Join Diva tonight for trending topics about 8:30. She will be doing that. So join her tonight for that. Let's see. Iyanla The Fix will be coming on this Saturday. So make sure you tune in for that. And we were going to be recapping that episode. We're going to get some great tools. We're going to talk about those tools and how we can use those tools that she gives us in our everyday life to better ourselves. Because y'all know, if you've been around Royaire's World, we are all about laughter, love, and inspiration with a little mess on the end. So we got to get some inspiration from Auntie Iyanla so that we can have an amazing 2026. Before we get out of here, Diva, we are 2 weeks in. How was your 2026 so far?
You know what? It's going extremely well.
Yes, I'm glad to hear that.
Well, I mean, I'm grateful and I'm determined. Like, you know, I came up with a word for my 2026 and it's called unstoppable. So I'm determined. Come on, holla, unstoppable. I got it from, you know, I ain't that creative sometimes, but sometimes I am, sometimes not. I got it because I watched that Jennifer a Lopez movie based on a true story with the guy with the one leg. Okay. This guy did the most with one leg, and I said, okay, so I'm playing games here. I got everything.
Come on, all the activities of your limbs. Come on, thank you, Jesus.
Okay. So I said, no, if this man could do it, so can I. So yes, this is my unstoppable year, and my 2 weeks have been going. Come on, get that.
Yes, get to that 100K.
I'm working. So yes. How about you so far these 2 weeks?
Jocelyn is giving it an 8. Thank you, Jocelyn, for your ratings, and thank everybody else for their ratings tonight too. We appreciate y'all. You know, these 2 weeks have been miraculous for me personally. I have truly been seeing, y'all know I'm a man of faith, and I truly have been seeing the goodness of the Lord in these last 2 weeks. God has really been blessing me, you know, mentally, emotionally, financially. There have been some great things going on in my life. And my word for the year is persuaded. I am persuaded to let nothing stop me, to let nothing separate me from the love of God, to let nothing, you know, separate me from my businesses and everything that I've got going on. So I am persuaded this year that 2026 is going to be my year. It's my year.
I love it. So silly. I love it. Yes. So listen, stay connected with us. We're going to do our recaps that we do together. Okay. Let the people know if they really want to hear a recap. They need to come over here and listen to us. Okay. Because we keeping it real and we giving the details and we breaking it down and telling it like it is. And I close out and say this, Dr. Mimi, open the books and go get a therapist yourself.
And on that note, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And you open your books too and do your work, okay? Because get ready. We're going to do some work this coming Saturday with Iyanla. We love y'all. Uh-oh.
Iyanla need to go over there.
And bring Savannah on back with her.
Not bring Savannah back home.
Oh my
God. You're a fool. Bring Savannah.
Oh my God. Lorraine is giving this episode an 8. Thank you so much. Y'all listen, hit the like button, subscribe. Shout out to the Rewatch crew. We love and appreciate y'all. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below, and we will catch y'all next time. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Royale's world.